Hi, everybody. It's your instructor, Bill Carmody. I'm checking in with you on a couple of things. Glad to see most of you completed that introductory discussion board there where you introduced yourselves, and I'm always happy to see where people are from and what school they're going to and all that type of thing. So I'll have that all. I'll put my remarks in there pretty soon. Um, I want to talk to you about several things here in this one of my hopefully not more than 5-minute videos. Um, and first, by the way, thanks for everybody for signing up for Remind.com. There's a few people that haven't, but most of you have. I think you'll appreciate it. Uh, I have another thing I'm going to talk about. That's Blackboard Collaborate, and I'm going to leave that till last. And right now, I want to address um, this upcoming homework case that you have. There are 3 of these cases. I treat them, or you should treat them, like a short essay answer. It's not a case brief. It's just to see that you understand the case and what the dilemma is and what the court is deciding. And in doing so, I try to direct you to some material in the course or in the book that will help you formulate your answer. And in this case, uh, it is the case question is on page 78. It's the first question, number 1. It's called Weisgrim versus Marley. It's the first homework case. Now, before I make my comments about this, I did put up some written directions about what I'm saying here so that you can review it and understand what I'm looking for. I also put up a real short video that I made to show you how to submit this. I want it to go in the right, when you submit your writing, I want you to put it in the right place. And when you go in there, don't put it in the comments box. Okay, that's if you want to make a comment about the assignment. Instead, where do you put the written submission? Well, here's a clue now. It's called submission box or writing submission box. Put it there. Just type it in there. Okay, so there you go. And this is, like I say, a paragraph or 2, and I want to see that you understand what this case stands for. You don't need much more than the material in the text. You really don't need any more. But I don't discourage people from doing research. I know you'll go out online and see lots of things on these cases. Somebody else's case brief, somebody's opinion, what the court said, blah, blah, blah. I'm not interested in that. I want to know what you think. It's my opportunity to see you, as a student, demonstrate some critical thinking. If you decide in favor of the plaintiff or the defendant or however you're going to decide it, that's fine. Just support it with some material that you understand from the book that helps you. Now, in this case, the material is on page 57. And it is some text material just before the case of Barabin versus Johnston Aston on page 57. And you'll see it's about an expert witness and what the court requires. I mean, after all, you or I or most people couldn't be an expert witness about some technical thing. And this case is about whether a space heater was dangerous, negligently designed. That's who's being sued here, the company that manufactures it, because somebody died in a fire. You'll read about it, but the plaintiff has to produce an expert witness. So what makes that person qualified to testify in court? That's what this is about. And you'll see some material in there, and as I say, you'll learn about it, and I want you to write it in your own words. I don't care, like I say, what somebody else wrote. Okay, the plagiarism software will highlight all kinds of things in there that if it's not pretty much your own answer. But don't be that student. Come on, this is 2018. Let's move on. Just formulate your own opinion. Type it nicely, paragraph or 2, I say, and you'll be fine. Okay, you got the drift on that. Okay, let me tell you a couple other things. Oh, on that subject, there's a case that I put in there, I think it's number 20 on your test. This is a good opportunity if you're listening now. Make a note. It's the case of Cooper Tire versus Mendez, and it's about an expert witness. That case was eliminated from this chapter in the book. It used to be one I used, but it's not in there anywhere anymore. So if you're confused by that question, you should be, because you haven't seen it. I have to see how I'm going to handle that. Well, I'll tell you how I handle it. The correct answer is D, as in Delta. Okay. Well, you might want to try something else, but that's my opinion. Okay, it's D. So be good. Now watch, somebody's going to mark the wrong answer. Okay, so that, I think it's 20. Mendez versus Cooper Tire versus Mendez. Okay, moving on. I'm running a little over here. That's your homework cases. Okay, spend a little time, think about it, draft your answer. Okay, set it up. Okay, everybody. Remind.com I mentioned to you. Well, while I'm talking about cases, by the way, out of chapter 1, another case that's going to be on the test for sure is Davis versus Baugh, the case on page 10. And then the next chapter or 2 is Blimka, Blimka versus My Web. It's on page 39. And then this case here I just mentioned to you, Barabin versus Aston Johnson. It's on page 57. So that might help you to make sure you study those cases. On tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to schedule, I am going to schedule, if it works, a meeting for the class or anybody who wants to be here with Blackboard Collaborate. Blackboard Collaborate is software that allows me to conduct synchronous live meetings with my students, for anybody's here. And look at your menu and you'll see Blackboard Collaborate Ultra as an option. And when you check on that, there will be a class that I will be opening at 10 a.m. in the morning until 10:30 a.m. So for a half an hour. I should be there. I'll open it up just a few minutes early, just not too much, but just a few minutes. And then you should be able to join. It should say join the class or join the session, and you can do it. Excuse me, this I'm billing as a non-credit, no requirement opportunity to chat and meet myself or any of the other students and just get acquainted and ask a question. You may have questions of me or make some comments about things. That's fine with me. We'll have just a short class meeting. I don't think it's going to run a half an hour. Could. Now I'm going to kind of go over a couple of things for you and then ask you questions. If you can't make it, fine. I'll try to get it recorded and then you can see what happened. There's no points deducted or anything like that. I also, what was I going to say now? Well, oh yeah, you can use video, you can use audio, you can use chat, just like type your answer or your name, something like that. Let's give it a try. I'm new to this. I try for my students to do things that I think might help them, or at least they can see who I am. So I ran far over my time here, everybody. Let me see if there's anything else. I think I got it all. Struggled through my allergies. And thanks for listening. And maybe I'll see some of you and talk with you on Tuesday morning. Okay? Thank you, everybody.